Hello, CD. Welcome back to Truth Matters. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen a spate of terrorist activity that are more and more having a common theme, with ISIS calling on its followers, would-be followers, urging them to commit random acts of hatred and senseless violence, as opposed to random acts of love and senseless beauty. A criminologist or any psychologist of repute, I would think, would say that in many of these instances, looking at this from the standpoint of mental illness, that there is a triggering event with many of these people, young men and women under 30, disenfranchised, alienated, lonely, suffering from some triggering event, as criminologists or psychologists may say, being ostracized from their family, divorced, or what have you, and amidst the throes of a heinous act of terrorism, they cry out, Allahu Akbar, in the throes of murdering innocent people. Does the derangement, does the madness accompany the commitment to ISIS? It would surely seem so. Is it caused or preceded by madness? I can't say. Certainly it seems there's a relationship there. We're at a time now in which there's uncertainty on the part of many which bathroom to use. Our time period reminds me of a line from William Butler Yeats, in which he says, "The best lack conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity." In particular, in regards to religious matters, there are a slew of writers urging and encouraging that all religions go the way of alchemy into the dustbin of history. Obviously, I'm opposed to that. I lay much of the success of ISIS, as it is called, a war of ideas. I lay this squarely upon the champions of tolerance, of political correctness. Now, we use that as a boogeyman often. We can say of any boogeyman, it's something or someone we don't like. What is political correctness precisely? I would say it is the elevation of tolerance as the highest virtue, thereby all ideas being equal. And into this vacuum, this vacuity, this void of ideas and values, ISIS steps in with the disenfranchised and the disturbed looking for answers. The shouts of Allahu Akbar, the call to action. I find myself wondering where Jesus Christ is, where the church is in this midst. Our seeming apology to evangelize, so we don't want to do that. Paul said in 1 Corinthians, he said, "Let me show you a better way." It seems to me that's what we should be saying in our time. Let me show you a better way. Granted that the war on terror is ultimately a war of ideas and therefore inevitably involving truth. We find throughout the Gospels that Jesus drove demons out of people. However you understand that, the accounts in the Gospel are quite vivid. I think it's not too far a stretch to say that ISIS is driving demons into people. Martin Luther King said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." Faith, hope, love exist. these three, but the greatest of these is love. I'm calling for nothing less than a return to the Christian ideal, which is tried and true. Truth matters. Thank you.